left as a result of the postponement of this event. I want to point something out too, which I said earlier. I was asked about security here. Yeah. It's important to note that over here behind me, that's Connecticut Avenue here, where people come in first. That's the first security checkpoint. But all you need there is your ticket. And then you can go inside this hotel. It's actually an active working hotel at the moment. So anyone, as long as you have a ticket, can get through that security checkpoint and into the hotel. Once you get down to the ballroom, then you have to actually go through the security check.
Right.
So medals, obviously, any guns or anything like that. So it's important to note that because this appeared to have occurred outside of the ballroom, inside the hotel. So it is possible for someone to hide something and get into this hotel. And as you can see behind me, as I pointed out, people are leaving. And of course, there's a lot of security here on Connecticut Avenue here at the hotel.
And just remind us, Chris, what it was like inside that ballroom when those shots were fired. Remind us what you heard. Remind us what the immediate aftermath, the instructions were. Walk us through that.
Yeah. Well, of course, at first, I could tell you myself, I didn't actually quite understand what was happening because, of course, even though we have a lot of mass shootings in this country, unless you experience one yourself, you don't actually think that it's happening to you. So when we heard the loud booms, I think everyone just kind of was shocked, sat for a second, and then immediately people started diving for the floor. I did as well. It was clear that it was gunshots. As I said, you could hear the powder, you could smell the powder. And now we've had confirmation that there were actually gunshots. There was no information immediately available. People were frozen for, I would say, a good 10 to 15 minutes. And then eventually the White House Correspondents Association president came out, or actually there was another member who came out and said that we will get you more information. And so there was a lot of confusion and surprise as to what was going on, especially since at an event like this where it is extremely secure. There's a heavy security presence, local police, military, Secret Service. So I think that was part of people's surprise and shock that something like this could happen at an event like this.
Of course. Chris, we're seeing now these live pictures of the police cordon that has been set up outside of the hotel, the huge police presence that is now there. Are you seeing a number of police officers, of law enforcement? Are they going into the hotel?
Yeah, there's a lot of military here now and police. So yes, it's heavily secured now. So it's quite extensive. Obviously, after something like this, they're going to have an investigation. But as I said, it's an active working hotel, so there's people coming in and out of here who are actually staying here. So obviously that will undoubtedly complicate things. But yes, there is a very, very heavy police presence here. Basically, all the streets around here have been shut down. I have not actually left the security perimeter, so we're just standing outside the hotel right now, waiting to see what happens. But I guess we're going to get more information soon from the president himself.
Okay, that's Al Jazeera's senior producer, Chris Sheridan, who was inside that ballroom as these shots were fired at the White House Correspondents Association dinner where the president was removed. He's now outside that hotel giving us an update on what's happening there. Chris, thank you very much for being there and for your reporting. Let's bring Kenneth Katzman back in, who's a senior fellow at the